With such a rich experience of both our panel members, we move forward and we discuss about certain aspects of stakeholder engagement that they have been managing and managing them across different types of projects and across the globe. So I'll start with Mr. Abhijit Pradhan. I'll ask you the first question, and then the same question, I would request Mr. Abhay Gharpure also to respond to me on that, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah?
So very warm welcome to both of you.
Thank you, Sashni. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Pradhan, please tell me, like, how important is to identify the right stakeholders on any project, like from your real life experience across so many projects and such big projects that you've handled. What do you think? How important is to identify the right stakeholders at the right time?
Yeah, Tasneem, it's a really good question. I mean, it's a very important aspect to identify stakeholders at the start of the project, any project, because that determines your communication plan. And the most important word is that stakeholder expectation management. And stakeholder expectation, to know the stakeholder expectation management is very important to identify the stakeholders. So as rightly mentioned in PMBOK, the best way is to classify your stakeholders in 4 segments into very powerful and interested. So there are say one segment is very powerful, very interested, very powerful but less interested, a lot of interest but less power, and low power and low interest. These are the 4 segments. So let me share some of my examples. That typically we always feel that the stakeholders who are the most powerful and most interested should be given the all the time we should give them a lot of information. But actually, if you really see the you can give a lot of information, but then what is most important is the person who is very powerful but less interested. While giving the information, you should ensure that you are giving the enough information. If it is too much information, then also it is counterproductive. Correct. For example, if the CEO of the organization is handling many projects, and then if you are bombarding with one particular project information, too much information, then he will not listen, he will not be interested. Just give the enough information in the form of, say, cash flow management or some major issues, a single pager report, and he will be more keen and interested in knowing that. So that's why it's very important to identify, so that you can plan your communication needs properly. That's my answer, Abhay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Abhijit ji. Mr. Abhay Gharpure, can you please continue on the same question? Your valuable inputs, please.
Yeah, sure. I would say it is important to identify all the stakeholders in the project, and in particular, it applies to finding the right stakeholders. That's what the question was, I believe. So by this means, we are the ones who are not only one or the other way affected by the developments in the project, but are also influential, powerful, and can cause a huge or positive or negative impact on the project. I recall a particular experience in one of my projects where a large number of local workers were initially trained as various plant and machinery operators. And they were trained by the organization and considered as an asset for the organization, but ignored as stakeholders in the project. Since they were trained, treated nicely, paid well, and project was expanding, they developed a political ambition along with a local politician and formed a union, which later caused a major stir in the project. They should have been considered as influential stakeholders and probed further for their ambition. Then the organization would not have suffered, or curbed their ambition going against the organization.
Yeah, right, Abhay. It's very true. I mean, just to give the extension of Abhay's one more example I would like to share is that in one of our IT project, it was not a construction, it was an IT project. One of the stakeholder who was in the category of low power and low interest, a very junior resource was there in my team. Later on, somebody told us that he is the son of the MD.
Okay.
So he was very junior. So then we thought, it's and then in a few years he was about to take over from his father. So we started giving more information to him, because though he was a less powerful and less interest category, his next step was becoming more powerful and less powerful and more interested. So that's another example.
Yeah. So there's this something similar that the assets of the company have become against the company.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
similar way. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Great. So,
Okay.
so that those are really valuable inputs by both of you. The gist of which I get is that we really need to identify the right people and their ambitions, like where they will lead to, what they want from the project, and maybe in the future, like we saw in the examples given by both of you, that in the future, certain stakeholder identified as with some kind of an influence, they do change their power and influence and interest, and that can be detrimental to the project also.
Right.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.